Engineer 775 here on a beautiful day, calm before the storm, before Hurricane Sandy. No, I'm not in the direct path, but 60 plus million people are going to be severely affected by this storm. You know, we hope that it doesn't take the track that they've all predicted that it will take. This is going to be a very, very difficult time for many people who have not prepared. And for those that have, this is going to be a time of testing, preparations. There will be things that you have forgotten, things that you haven't done you wish you did do, and just take that in stride and make notes and be prepared for the next one. So just hope that people aren't devastated, but I do hope that people will heed all the evacuation commands, requests by local governments to take heed and get out of the way of this storm. And again, it's a beautiful day. Just here monitoring a backup system in case the power goes down for some folks that wanted an off-the-grid water source for their location. I'm going to take you up to the top of the mountain where I'm pumping water to, and I will take you on a ride with the four-wheelers to the top of the mountain. We are pumping water way up, probably pumping water about, well, we are pumping water 250 feet in the air. With solar. It's a beautiful day. Pumps doing just great. And I'm going to show you a little bit of the system, take you on a ride, show you the tank, and if you got any questions or need any help, I'll be glad to assist you in designing a system, installing it, whatever I can do to help you. Be prepared. This is one thing you don't want to have to worry about in a crisis situation, and that is water. Okay, systems we use are Sunrotor in Oklahoma, and this is an AC backup pack, so you can actually hook a generator up to this and pump water on rainy days. And it's got a transformer that converts 120 volts down to 24 and gives you about 312 watts at 13 amps. And this is the controller that is the solar controller. So whether it's generator or solar, that switching is done in this box, and then the power is brought over to the main controller. And everything's modular, everything can be replaced, everything can be Faradayed if that's a concern for you with EMP. And our well is nice and close here. We've got a well with a great static water level, like less than 10 feet down is the water. 500-foot deep well, there's a tremendous amount of water. But I'm going to take you up to where you see this trail through here, and I'm going to take you up the road and show you how high. Well, I'm 1,200 feet away from the well to a tank. So the beauty of this system: no batteries, solar direct, pumping to a 1,100 gallon tank, and a lot of trenching. And then I got a return line. We haven't decided where we're going with this, either to a pond in this location or over to the creek. And this is the overflow. So once the tank is full on the top of the hill, we will overflow, and so there's no need to put a float switch or anything. The pump shuts off when it stops pumping, and then you can rotate this solar array if you're worried about pumping too much water. Rotate it away from the sun. It's a very, very simple concept, and it's one of the most elegant that I think that I've discovered or have installed myself and have a lot of experience with, is PV Direct. Anytime you can go PV Direct, that's the way to go. Okay, I'm going to take you on a ride, a one-handed ride with the camera, so it's going to be shaky. Just following the line that was trenched. It's a little rough. It's a beautiful day. Pull over here. I'm going to take a little shortcut. With that little solar pump, you can tell we're climbing. A little helical rotor pump. And right now I'm about at the home site. There's a house site here. That's what this little trash can is right here. Let me say 2 words about this. Okay, right here is we've teed off, and there's a spigot under here. This is going to be the location of the home, and it is approximately it's about 100 and 10 feet above the home site. So we're getting 45-50 psi to the home site from this location, but this isn't where we stopped. We kept going because we needed to make this pressure here. So we are going to go up the hill, and I keep pumping it up here. So we'll go up into the tank. So, oh, that's a little dusty. Excuse me. So up here at the top of the mountain, we're about 250 feet above the solar panel and the well. I've got my little ladder up here. And again, the pipes were a little dirty for the first pump. We tried to clean them out, but you can see the water in here now. I'll take a measurement here shortly. But the last time I measured, we had pumped about 300 gallons in 2 hours. So I'm happy with that for the amount of solar that's on the system. Nothing's been backfilled to protect from freezing. But we were, yeah, it's just right around 250 foot elevation. This tank will be full, and when it's full, there's an overflow. I think you noticed that. It's got an overflow tube right here, and the water will flow back down through the 3/4 inch line to the source, or near the source. And so no wires, no switches, no float switches necessary. I could have put a float switch in the tank to shut the pump off, but I like this. I love the overflow. It keeps a fresh tank of water. Water's pumping every day, and it'll do that for years. So it's just, I love my job, and it's enjoyable. It's beautiful. Fun. It's challenging, requires a lot of thought, a lot of calculation, so it appeals to the engineer in me, and but it's also helping people get off the grid, and sharing with you folks on YouTube, and hopefully give you some ideas. There are cheaper ways to do this, but there are, you know, this is kind of top of the line, but there's no problem with improvising in some of the areas. But bottom line is, it's PV direct. See, I'm up on top of this mountain. So this tank will supply all the water needed for the homestead, and it will give them a constant 50 psi of pressure at their fixtures, and so they should be very happy with it. And I'll also allow them to have tremendous water pressure. There's right at it's right at 100 psi plus at the spigot on the well, and so they can they can definitely water their gardens if they need to, or drip irrigate. They'll have plenty of water. If they ever run into the situation where they think they need more water, well, then you can just add another tank. It's easy to manifold another tank. One thing that I'm doing, and this is just a thought, is to add a float valve, a mechanical float valve in the tank, and when this tank is full, divert it and trench off and come up to another tank. I could even go higher and put another tank, or even just put another tank that is side by side with this and manifold them together, and that could be a plan for the future. But I don't think they're going to need any more than 1,100 gallons at a time, especially if it's putting 600 to 800 gallons of water a day in here. All right, enough talk on this. Hope you've enjoyed my shaky video. And again, for those having to deal with Hurricane Sandy, today's the day to get prepared, and or to bug out, or get out of Dodge, whatever you want to call it. Okay, all right. Engineer 775 signing off.